Hey, you, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we want to talk about the Inhumans season finale. And so, um, you know, since the beginning of the Inhumans, it's received a lot of negative criticism. And, you know, as I looked at the show, I felt that some of that was undeserved. Some of it was very much deserved. I have been quite lenient on the Inhumans because I kind of looked at the Inhumans as, one of these superhero shows where, you're dealing with a limited budget from week to week, and it's kind of understandable that uh, you're not going to be able to do it maybe at the ambitious level that is sought out to do, and there's going to be budget concerns, and a lot of things are going to have to be cut. But what kind of concerned me a little bit with the Inhumans that I found a little bit different from your average weekly superhero show is that, as I understand it, there was quite a bit of money thrown into the Inhumans, and so this was one of these situations where there was a lot of money invested, but the production quality still didn't meet the expectation. So, in a situation like that, I do have some trouble with some productions, and I had trouble trying to find out where exactly the money went with the Inhumans. uh, and with the lockjaw scenes, I can kind of see that, but I'm assuming that a lot of it went to being on the moon and the set there, and whereas I thought that was okay, I didn't think there was anything that special about it, like that I couldn't find on other shows with maybe even a more or less, a less budget than what they had to work with. Because ABC Disney, I think they probably had more than normal, and then they had the IMAX cameras involved in the earlier two episodes, and that also was another problem I found throughout the series, was that these IMAX cameras, whereas they just showed these phenomenal shots at points, then we were constantly reminded that, hey, this is what happens when you don't have the IMAX cameras working. So, uh, you know, but as far as story and acting, I think that was pretty much the saviors of this show, and what saved the show in many respects, because I was quite invested in these characters. And I have to give kudos to the actors for that. I think the actors chosen were well chosen, and I think they did a pretty good job. Of course, the standout, actors throughout these series was, Maximus. I believe his name is Ian Rayan or Rian. I know he plays Ramsey Bolton. And we have Anson Mount, of course, who played Black Bolt from Sons of Anarchy. Um, but they did an excellent job, I felt, throughout the series. It definitely held my attention. So what we got in the finale, it looks like, was we got this, this standoff with Maximus, and between the brothers Maximus and Black Bolt. And I thought the character Maximus, what he did with the role, I thought was drawn into his acting with this role. I thought that I was definitely invested in the relationship between these two brothers. So I felt something there, and I have to attribute that to just good acting. So I thought that was well done, and it really is a shame, because a lot of people don't like this show, and I actually did like the show. I do like the show, but I do see some future problems with it's happening. Like, of course, in the finale we get that the moon, Adeland, has been destroyed, and so they moved to the Earth, and I guess if they were to get a season two, it would pick up there. So I have a problem with that because I was, very much interested in Inhumans being this outer worldly show that takes us to their culture of how these people on the moon live. And I just don't know what they'll be able to do with the show now if they're going to just have it from the standpoint of them staying on Earth. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. And some people believe it may not even get a season two. They think that maybe it's not going to work out, that it's not paying off his investment, that it's not going to get the viewers, that people think it's a flop. And that may all very well be true. But as for me, as I do look for character driven shows, I was invested with the dynamic between the brothers. It's the age old story of the brother who doesn't want to be king, but he's chosen to be, has to be, versus the ones who wants to be king to serve their own vanity and own personal problems, which is what we got with Maximus, and we got to see, him, make this reveal about how he set all this up, and Black Bolt killed his parents based on a lie. That they had approved the genetic council to do some type of brain surgery on him or something to that effect, and you know, uh, that it was all manufactured by Maximus, and so it's this very emotional thing going on with these brothers because is that they are brothers and they're being split apart, driven apart by both political conditions and personal problems. So that did hold my attention, and it was something there. It was definitely something there with the story going there. And like I said, Marvel and Humans have been sent throughout the series. It was always a good story, I thought, and I always thought it was going to be some good come out of that. But maybe the project was just a little bit too ambitious, for ABC. And maybe it's not gonna, that's why it didn't work out. Uh, maybe it would have worked better had Marvel actually just made this a movie, and I think I would have preferred that a lot better. I think they would have done this would have definitely done better as a 2.5 hour movie because even after it, we get the finale and it's ending, and they're just kind of standing in the stadium, and we finally get to see Black Bolt in a costume or suit that looks more like the comic book, which looked great. I like that part, but you can kind of tell just how it ends that it's not really much more going on that I think I would want to see. I think this just ends the series, and that's why I think it would have made a better movie. But anyway, again, guys, yeah, I thought it was it did hold my attention. Was it a great show? No, it wasn't a great show. Wasn't a good show. It was a fair show, a fair production with too much money spent, and never meant to be a TV show. It didn't work well as a TV show. But fair, because of the story of the Inhumans is so great. So anyway, guys, that's my review on the finale. Guys, let me know if you like the Inhumans at all, if you were entertained by it. Let me know if you will want to see a season two and what you think they could do with the season two. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.